Alright, what's up? Dr. Kai.dupe here. Episode 16 of coding.while.black. Still in Dallas. Leaving in a couple of hours. You can see I can't believe it, but still raining, still dreary, still dark. Unbelievable that I traveled here from Seattle, and it's beautiful in Seattle right now. According to my folks back in the Emerald City, it's real nice right now. Of course, I had to go out while I was here and rock the cowboy hat. I had to do it. I don't get a chance to get these hats in Seattle. You can order some stuff online, but I went to the pro shop where everything is. Anyway, so just finished delivering my presentation to the National Black Child Development Institute. They had their 48th annual conference this year. Their theme was the power of our people. Had it over at the Sheraton Dallas in downtown Dallas. It was great. It was a nice event. Met a lot of cool people as I continue to do my work towards informing these organizations, or those organizations that are focused on the black community, about the importance of integrating technology into these conversations. As far as I know, by looking at the program, my presentation was the only one that involved any kind of conversation about tech. Also, as I focus on black males in technology, my presentation was attended by mostly women. I'll say it was all women, and there was one young man who was in high school who has aspirations to be a cybersecurity expert, so I connected with him, gave him my card, and be working to mentor him and connect him to some of these organizations and some of the resources that I have available to me. But it was very well received. The women were very eager to learn. They had never heard of a lot of the statistics and the research that I had done in my study. They also were not aware of the dearth or the underrepresentation of African Americans in technology. And again, that's part of the issue of them being really immersed and involved mostly in education. So they're not thinking of that, they're not seeing it that way. But part of this educational pipeline, a part of the pipeline is K through 12 and also college students. And so if the teachers and the educators and those that are touching our students every day are not aware of the importance of technology in terms of jobs, in terms of economic prosperity, in terms of opportunities, then of course that's not going to trickle down to the students. And that was kind of the overarching conversation that we had once I did my Q&A. So it was very, very successful. I would love to see more technologists, particularly African American technologists, African American women technologists, to attend this conference next year. I didn't get a chance to look and see where it's going to be held next year, but I will most certainly be there as I continue to start to break up my research into smaller pieces that are more digestible and integrated with some of the themes going on in these conferences. So I presented, my design for my research. I also presented the research questions, and I gave them some of the history behind how we got to this place in terms of African Americans being underrepresented. It's much more heavier and deeper than folks in the media are reporting in terms of how we got here. It's not so much about just looking out and seeing a few African American technologists at a conference. We need millions of people of color to take part in this movement, and we're nowhere near that. So all the feel-good stuff and all the hype, that's fine. All the hashtags, that's fine. But I do this for a living. I go around the country every week speaking and training, and I know I don't see us in those rooms. It's as simple as that, right? So there's much work to be done, and I'm trying to do my part, as I have been doing for over a decade now, trying to at least immobilize, energize, inspire, and motivate those who are passionate about technology. And I'll leave you with this, and I think I shared this on a previous post. I'm not looking for all black folks to jump on the technology bandwagon or the diversity and inclusion bandwagon, which they're calling it now. But those that have passion for tech, right? Just be aware that this is an opportunity. This is a place for you to go and shine. But if you don't have passion for it, it's too difficult of a field to go into in terms of the effort and the focus and the diligence that it requires to be successful. It's not a hard field to learn. The program is not hard to learn. Something else that I share with my attendees is this genius myth. It's not hard to learn, not hard to do. I've done it for 30 years and I teach it, so I know what I speak in both regards. But it does require a lifelong learning point of view, a perspective. You have got to be someone who has no problem not resting on your laurels. Some new technology comes out, you got to go learn it. Some new feature comes out, you got to go learn it. Some new methodology around software development comes out, like Agile, you have to go learn it, or you're going to fall behind. There's always a constant refreshing of your skills. and which is why I go to these conferences as well. I don't go just to speak, I also go to learn, and I learn quite a bit as well, and I met some important people from around the country doing educational work, and I even met some folks back in Seattle, like Dr. Marquita Davis, who works for the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation in Seattle. So I'm going to be connected with her and working on some initiatives for the future. So once again, I believe this is episode 15. I'm not really caught up in all the pomp and circumstance of putting all kind of pretty stuff around my posts and lighting and all that kind of stuff. I'm trying to give you advice and information and knowledge that are going to help you move forward. All the rest of that stuff, I'll leave that to someone else. Once again, your boy, Dr. Kai.dupe, signing off from Dallas, Texas. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.